Hey Pixies fans, welcome along to another Pixiecast, number 12 in the series. And there's a man who's trying to beat my reputation for car park videos today. He's the other side of the world. He is in New Zealand, and the reason that he's in his car is because the rest of his household is trying to get some sleep because it's 10 o'clock at night in New Zealand. And it's a big welcome and hello to Trenton. Hi, how are you?
Good, mate. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Very well, thanks.
There you are, sat in your car, hiding away from the family so as they can get some sleep.
Yeah, it's quite appropriate, though, because the cars, it's the one place that a lot of Pixies music gets blasted, so, yeah.
That's where you like to listen to Pixies, is it? Are they not allowed? Yeah. They're not allowed in the house?
Oh, no, well, whether I'm allowed to or not, I'll make it happen. Yeah. But, I mean, there's still, I mean, my son, he's 16, he's never really liked the Pixies, yet he likes Silver Bullet. And my 5-year-old daughter, she quite often sings along to Silver Bullet as well. And then she likes Number 13 Baby as well. So, yeah, so I'm not alone.
Cool. Excellent. That's
good.
Yeah. So you're bringing up the family well then?
Yeah. Oh, got to listen to good music.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
I certainly won't tolerate the crap.
Good man.
Yeah.
So I vaguely said that you're in New Zealand. Can you give us a little bit of a more accurate description as to where you are?
So I live in New Plymouth, which is about halfway down the North Island on the west coast. So if you have a look on Google Maps, there's a piece that sort of juts out, and that's where I live. And we've got a mountain sort of smack bang right in the middle of our province. So yeah, we're
certainly
not too hard to find.
I spoke to Gail White last week, and some of the pictures that she posts, that you certainly live in a beautiful part of the world, don't you?
Yeah, we sure do. And well, I reckon the South Island's even better, especially for scenery and that sort of thing. Yeah,
I think that's where they filmed a lot of the Lord of the Rings films, I think, didn't they, down there?
I think so. Yeah. Yep.
So nice part of the world to live.
It is, yeah, that's home for me. And I mean, there's always plenty to do here. I do a lot of mountain biking, downhill mountain biking, and I guess for New Plymouth is kind of knowing that you can be skiing up the mountain within half an hour you can be down at the beach surfing. So
cool.
Yes, plenty to do around here, and really nice place.
Sounds ideal. So
yeah.
So you're always outdoor living then, as much as possible. You've got a nice climate there.
Yeah, as much as I can. We've just broken into spring at the moment, so looking forward to summer. Yeah.
Cool.
But unfortunately, this summer is, we haven't got so much of our concert season with COVID, so that's killed that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But of course, you're one of the lucky ones because you will have seen Pixies most recently, because I know you saw them in Auckland, didn't you? And then in Melbourne as well in March, just before lockdown.
Yeah. So 6th of March, they were in Auckland. We had a bit of a New Zealand happening there in Auckland with, there's quite a few of us. Terence, Gail White, Rebecca Sloan, Mark PW, Shauneen Brandon, my brother Clayton. I dragged him along. Yeah, we met a few new ones as well. I met Steve Baldwin. He was further down the queue, but he was wearing the Pixies Wave T-shirt, and we spotted him, but didn't know him by name or face. And I just yelled out to him, get up here with your people, because we were right up at the door ready to get in. And of course, he came up, and we met him there, and we found another lady, Debs Flynn, I think her name was, and said, if you're a Pixies fan, you need to get in on this group that we've got. So. Yeah, we were recruiting at the same time as enjoying the concert. Yeah,
excellent.
Yeah.
Making full use of the time.
Yeah, a really good concert, that one. Yeah, loved it. Yep.
And then you saw them in Melbourne as well, I believe.
Yep. So I had a ticket to the Melbourne gig on the 10th of March.
Yeah.
And so I spent a couple of days at home and then flew over to Melbourne. And Gail White was going to one of the Melbourne gigs as well. I think that might have been the 10th of March one as well. While I was over there, I tried to chase up a ticket for the 9th of March, and through Linda Dean, one of the Melburnians, she managed to get me a ticket. So I went to 2 shows over there.
Oh, cool.
And went to the Australian, the Melbourne happening, and met some of the Australian crew as well. Really nice people.
What's the cost then for you to fly from? I guess you're flying out of Auckland to Melbourne. What would generally be the cost? Obviously, pre-COVID.
So 2 flights from New Plymouth to Auckland, and then obviously Auckland to Melbourne. I think it was about $700 or $800 return.
Okay.
But the ticket for the concert for the 10th of March, that was about $260.
Wow.
So a bit pricey, but
a fair amount of money then. You're going to go anyway.
Yeah. It wasn't much that was going to stop me, and I'd only been in Melbourne in the October before at a concert over there, Tim McGraw. So I took my wife over there. So I was quite happy to go back to Melbourne because I quite like it. So yeah.
So a fair amount of money and a fair amount of travelling then that you have to do. I guess with Pixies, you don't get to see them too often. Either in New Zealand or Australia, so you have to take your chances when they arise.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're a super fan, well, you just do what you got to do, don't you? And money it's there for spending.
So where did it all begin for you then with Pixies? I imagine you calling yourself Trent Bossanova might give us a bit of a clue.
Yeah, almost. But I first came across them when I was at high school. And I used to catch a ride to school with a guy that was a little bit older than me, but he attended the same school. And he had the Doolittle cassette. So we used to listen to that on the way to and from school. And I said to him, what the hell is this music? And he said, oh, it's Pixies, Doolittle, and showed me the cover. So I think he gave it to me just to lend, and I copied it onto another tape or whatever and onto another cassette.
Yeah.
And but there just wasn't that much info on them. And of course, no internet back then, 91, 92. Yeah. So it's hard to find out more and research them. But there was one record shop in town that where you could order music. And so I ordered the Pixies, and I used to order other music through them as well. But I remember they'd bring out the big fat phone book, and then they'd flick through and they'd look it up. Okay, Pixies, Doolittle. Yep, we can get that. Okay. Might be 4 to 6 weeks away. So
right,
and that's how I got into the Pixies. And I suppose Hey and Debaser, sort of stood out, with the lyrics, Halls at the Door, all these sorts of things. But once I got that tape and gave it a thorough listen, it was Number 13 Baby. That's the one that got me. I was like, that's the song I've been looking for. Just didn't know it by name until I got the tape. So that's my favourite.
You're
song.
number 12 in my series. You were so very nearly Number 13 Baby as well.
Yeah, I should have declined.
Yeah, but I would have had to ask you if you've got a tattooed tit, which you might not want to answer. So you do have a tattooed tit. Wow. Oh, yeah. Dear, oh dear. There we go.
Yeah,
brilliant.
It's probably in reverse on the camera, but yeah. But that's my favourite song, and I made sure it said Number 13 Baby because I didn't want any confusion as to what 13 meant.
There's
and when I got the tattoo,
confusion there.
Yeah, when I got the tattoo, the guy said, "You haven't got 13 children, have you?" And I said, "No. It's about a song."
If I'd known about that tattoo, I would have organised it better, and I'd have made sure that you were Number 13. But you got there just ahead, unfortunately.
Oh,
brilliant!
These things happen. Yeah. Yeah.
So how long have you had that tattoo then?
Oh, I think I got that in would have been 2010, be shortly after the Doolittle tour.
Okay.
Yep. So that they Pixies come down here, to Auckland for the Doolittle tour. I saw them. I had the tickets for the main gig, which was at known as Vector Arena back then. It's one of the main arenas in Auckland. But then they advertised a smaller show at a venue called the Power Station in Auckland, which is pretty famous for a lot of really good bands, overseas bands. And there was only 1,000 tickets for that gig. And I remember I was given a code that I kept punching in online to get hold of these tickets, and I managed to get 2 tickets to it. Didn't realise how lucky I was at the time that, to even attend that gig. But yeah, awesome shows.
So how
Really
many
good.
times have you seen them live then? It sounds like quite a few.
So the first time I saw them was in 2007, and that was at the V Festival in Sydney in Australia.
Yeah.
I think Rebecca Sloan in the group, I think she went to that one as well. And then, of course, the Doolittle tour, so 2 shows there. I saw them 2017 for the Head Carrier show. Yeah, and then this year, 3 shows, so 7 all up.
Well, that's one more than me, and it's a hell of a lot easier for me to see them than it is for you. So you're doing well.
Yeah. Yep. No, they've been great every time I've seen them.
And you're obviously a fan of all the albums, but and obviously Bossanova is your number 1 album. Are you going to pick one track off Bossanova, or are you going to go for number 13, Baby?
Number 13, Baby.
That's your track, is
number
it?
13. Yeah.
That's your track.
Yep.
It's got to be, really, hasn't it?
I love Bossanova, and that'll always be my favourite album. But number 13, Baby, is always my favourite song.
Cool. Okay.
But so it'll be number 13, Baby, and then it's I've Been Waiting for You off the Valoria single.
Oh, yeah.
And then The Happening off Bossanova, and then Alec Eiffel just goes on from there. But yeah, number 13, Baby, is always at the top of the list.
Excellent. So that's your track for your favourite Pixies number for me to put on the post when I do it later. So
sure.
Obviously then the band split up for a while, and sort of not soon after you sort of got into them, really, I guess. And, Did you then follow Frank Black in his solo career, and Kim obviously going off and forming Breeders?
Yeah, I probably the first Frank Black album I got was Teenager of the Year.
Yeah.
And then I got the self-titled album, and then Cult of Ray. And I never really, that was about as far as I went. And the Breeders ended up with Last Splash and Pod.
Yeah.
And of course the Pixies were gone, so that's that was the main band that I was interested in. But Teenager of the Year is a really good album. Love that album.
Yeah, it is a great album. Yeah, certainly.
Yep.
Yeah, so you enjoyed his solo work then?
Yeah, definitely. Yep, but still do.
Were you always sort of hopeful that the band would get back together again, or did you think that's it and they've gone their separate ways and that'll be it?
Yeah, I thought it was a done deal. Excuse the pun, but when they came back, and I can't remember how I learnt that they were reuniting. It might have been the internet or through magazines or something like that. But that was huge highlight.
Excellent.
It was good news, and then of course to hear that they were actually coming down to Australia in 2007 was even better news. So so that 3-year period or whatever, I had to they were touring everywhere else.
And that was Sydney. You said that you got to see them.
Yeah. So I had to go to that gig. Yep.
And was that an outdoor concert? Was it? I think you said it was at a festival, V Festival.
Yeah. I can't remember the name of the venue. It might have been Hyde Park or something like that. I'm probably wrong, but they had other. Just trying to think of some of the other acts that were there. I think Pet Shop Boys might have been there.
Okay.
Maybe. There were others. New York Dolls might have been another group, but I wouldn't have known them there back then. But Pixies was that's where I went. That's what I was there for. So and they played number 13, Baby, and I never thought I'd get to hear that live, or see it live in person.
Yeah. So you were a happy boy after that then? Yeah,
definitely. Yep. So I've seen them with Kim and with Paz. So
cool.
Happy. Yeah.
Excellent. So going back to Frank Black's solo career, then you said you had Teenager of the Year, and then you went back and bought his first album, Frank Black. Is there a favourite track from any of his albums?
Not from him. Well, my favourite Frank Black track would be Announcement of the Men in Black single.
Okay.
And it's off the single rather than Oddballs, and I know I don't know if anyone else can tell the difference, but I think the Oddballs version goes slightly longer,
Right.
and the one off the Men in Black single, in the last section where Charles is singing, he sounds like he's taken about 7 or 8 steps back from the microphone. He sounds quite distant.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed between the two versions. So yeah, but it's definitely the Men in Black single version for me. Yeah.
All right. I'll see if I can
Yeah.
find that and put up a link for that
Yeah.
one as well. So
Yep.
I noticed, or I know, that you're quite a keen drummer as well. So the second drummer that I've interviewed, Jim Steely, over in the States, he's got his own band, the Council of Paris, and he's a keen drummer. I don't know if you saw the interview that I did with him, and he showed us his drum kit that he's got. And you've been posting some videos on your own YouTube channel recently of you drumming.
Yeah, it's just a fun thing, really. And we just moved into our new place, our new house in November last year, and I'd always wanted an electric drum kit, so I bought one. Seeing as though we had more space to actually have one, so and the kit that I bought had these features where you can record yourself playing along to music, and so that's what it is, just to see if it would work.
Okay.
And so yeah, while I'm learning, I'm sort of just trying to post some stuff on YouTube as well.
So you'd never played drums before until you bought this kit? You just
only on the steering wheel. Only on the steering wheel.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
But yeah, I've probably put quite a lot of time into just getting the hang of how it works. I've never had any lessons or anything. I just try to make this drum kit sound like what that's playing on the, and it helps that I can play along to music.
Yeah, true.
And it's So it's really good.
So I mean, I don't know very much about drum kits and that. Certainly not electric ones. Is that the benefit of electric drum kit? Is it that you can actually record yourself as well at the same time?
Yeah, and not piss off your neighbours would probably be the other benefit.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that when I looked at buying the drum kit, I wanted something that I knew I was going to be happy with, rather than 3 months down the track it's not quite what I wanted. So I spent a little bit extra and got something that I'm still happy with. So, and that was one of the features of it, that I can do that sort of recording. Yeah.
Sure. And I asked Jim when he was talking about his drumming and that his drumming heroes. Have you got some heroes? I guess Dave Lovering's one of them.
Oh, Dave, yeah, he's number one. Yeah. Other than that, no, probably not. Just Dave.
Just Dave.
Yeah. Yep.
No others.
Yeah. Yep.
So what other sort of music are you into then, other than Pixies, or is it just Pixies and nothing else?
Oh no, I like a lot of different music. I mean, there's probably a lot of music that I've picked up through the group, and through the Planet of Sound podcasts as well. Just
I've never listened to those. So.
Yep. Yeah, I was a keen follower of them, and yeah, there's a lot of music that I hadn't heard before that I ended up getting a taste for, and but yeah, I like Sisters of Mercy, Susie and the Banshees, The Cure, The Smiths. I love the Smiths. I like a lot of electronic music.
So you're a bit of a goth then, were you, back in the day?
Oh, probably, yeah. Oh, well, I was, at the time that I first heard the Pixies, the grunge scene was in full swing. So there was, I think I had hair down to here, and it was all undercut, and baggy clothes. And, yeah.
So you didn't have the Robert Smith then, spiky hair and lots of eyeliner.
No, didn't quite get that far. Yeah. But yeah, I like a lot of electronic music as well.
Okay.
And synthwave is a genre that I've sort of been sort of exploring at the moment. It's like 80s electronic music, and there's a lot of really good producers out there that are doing a lot of synthwave at the moment. So it's something that I've taken an interest in at the moment. But it all started with the Future Sound of London. Do you know them? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think I found them probably not long after I found the Pixies. So that's probably something that started the electronic thing for me. Yeah, okay. And I still listen to them. Yeah.
So pretty diverse choices then of music.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And I suppose growing up, the house was usually sort of full of music and, older stuff, country, things that my parents would play. But you find your own groove once you
do.
And
what about New Zealand music? Is there a good scene down there?
There is. There is a lot of music, I guess, popular with locals here and within the country, but it's just not my taste.
Okay.
But probably one band that I do like is Op Shop.
Right.
I don't know if they sort of took off overseas or anything, but yeah, they
not
put
a
out
name I recognise.
No, but they're pretty good. I quite like them. I think I posted a cover of one of their songs on my YouTube channel, just a guitar cover because I play the guitar as well.
Okay.
Yeah, but other than that, no, I don't think there's much else in New Zealand music that takes my fancy. I'm quite picky.
So I know sometimes we get confused over here, or I don't know if it's deliberately sort of confused that I don't know, bands like Crowded House, are they sort of thought of as being a New Zealand band or an Australian band?
Oh, I guess they could be both. Okay. But we'll always claim them.
Is it the Triffids? The Triffids, are they a New Zealand band? Or have I got that wrong?
I don't know about them.
Okay.
But Neil and Tim Finn. Well, Neil Finn, I think, is from Crowded House.
Yeah.
His hometown is only about 3 hours drive from here, so
okay.
We would be pretty quick to claim Crowded House.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And you said you play the guitar as well, so you're a multi-instrumentalist.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, look, I've got 2 guitars.
Okay.
I just like playing Pixies.
Guitar hero, Joey?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yep, but Charles as well.
Yeah.
Because his rhythm guitar playing is really good,
mm-hmm.
and so I've got a Les Paul, which is what a Les Paul Gold Top, which is what Joey plays.
Nice.
And I've also got a Telecaster I just recently bought, so that I've got that sound that Charles makes. So
wow. Yeah. So you take your music seriously, then, very very much so.
Yeah, it's my main interest. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Played in any bands over the years?
Only high school bands, but haven't. I just like playing the music that I like playing, and so I haven't really sort of signed up for anything.
No one else to fall out with, then, I guess, is musical differences.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, makes it easy. And when I play my instruments, it's only the music I like playing, so it suits me better.
So the 2 guitars that you've got there, are they both electric, or is one acoustic and one electric? The Les Paul, obviously, electric.
Yeah, I've got one acoustic, but I've got 2 electrics. The Les Paul and the Telecaster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I've got an amplifier that it's a Fender amplifier, and it's got a USB cable, and you can download different settings and things like that. So you go onto the Fender website and you can find Pixies settings and download them to the amp. So you've got that sound.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's quite good. Yeah.
So you're fully into your music then.
Yeah.
Constantly in the house.
Yeah. Yep.
Whether the family like it or not.
That's right. Yeah. It's the joys of living with me.
So obviously Bossanova's your favourite album then, but after the band reformed Trompe le Monde, you've already I think you mentioned Alec Eiffel as being another favourite of yours.
Yep.
So so Trompe le Monde's obviously an album that you're very fond of.
Oh yeah, yep, definitely. That Alec Eiffel. I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, the whole album's great, but I think it was Motorway to Roswell and Alec Eiffel were the first songs that I heard from that album, and that was on a mixtape that was given to me that had some B-sides on it, along with Bailey's Walk and a few others. But I didn't know what albums those songs belonged to. Alec Eiffel and Motorway to Roswell. Yeah, but of course, once I found that album, then it all come together. Yeah.
Cool, lovely. And then after that, a little break again, really, wasn't there, before Indie Cindy came out, and they've been quite prolific, really, since then. Yeah,
yep, good for us, isn't it?
Yeah, with regular albums. How do you feel about the more recent stuff? Indie Cindy, Head Carrier, and of course Beneath the Eyrie.
Indie Cindy, the songs that I took to straight away were Bag Boy.
I thought you were going to say that.
Yeah, and then I really like that song.
Yeah,
Blue Eyed Hexa. Yeah, Blue Eyed Hexa as well.
Yeah.
And I haven't spent much time listening to that album, but yet I think it was Terence Seymour had posted a video a wee while ago, and he had Android Queen playing in the background. And when I heard it, I thought, shit, what's that song? And it was on an album that I've already had. So so I've sort of had a bit of a revisit to it. So I need to spend more time listening to that album and Heat Carrier as well. Yeah.
And obviously you saw them touring Beneath the Eyrie as well. So
yep.
You enjoy that album?
Yeah, I do. And I bought the deluxe set when the album was released, and that was with help from Terence. So he done all the ordering, and I just paid him. He quite often does that for the group T-shirts and things like that as well.
Does he live near you then, Terence?
He's about 3.5 hours away from me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I get to see him every so often when I'm, over that way. But it's funny that you all this time without this Pixies Facebook group, I wouldn't have known that there was another Pixie super fan only 3.5 hours away.
Only
there's nobody else around. There's nobody else around here that I know that likes him as much as I do. So
sure.
Yeah. So Beneath the Eyrie, I first listened to that. I saved it for a road trip. So Auckland, where all the concerts happen here, it's about 4.5 hours away. I made sure I listened to the album front to back and back to front. And Silver Bullet was the first one that I liked. So yeah. But now I like Daniel Boone. I like a lot of them now, especially since seeing a few of those songs live as the encores for the Come On Surf Rosa tour that we just had in March.
Yeah.
So it was quite good that they sort of sprinkled a few of those newer songs in there. Didn't get Silver Bullet, but This Is My Fate and Catfish Kate and a few others. Yeah.
And was it a quite big venue that they played in Auckland when you saw them?
Yep. Don't know how many people that place actually holds, but I've seen lots of acts there. Probably too many to list. Dead Mouse, Chemical Brothers, Katy Perry of all things.
Okay.
I took my stepdaughter to see Katy Perry, but it is it's quite a big venue for us.
Sure.
But it's 4.5 hours away. But if the music's good, then I'll travel. And at that gig, the one in March, we all met up. So that's all the New Zealand crew. Met up and went straight up the front. And that's where we're front and centre. Yeah.
Cool.
Yep. Yeah.
So you said it's like a 4.5 hour drive, but I think you also said that you can fly from New Plymouth, where you are. Is that right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
So you've got like a little airport that will connect you to Auckland and then fly on.
Yeah, if we had to. But I choose to drive because I like to listen to my music on the way, and it's a good wind down after a really good concert as well. And it's really good. Yeah. I mean, late last year I was going to quite a few gigs there, and I saw the Sisters of Mercy. That would have been in October, I think. It doesn't. That 4.5 hour drive doesn't put me off going to see music.
So I'm sure you'll have seen Mike Flynn Jr.'s videos when he's in his truck singing along to Pixies, and is that what you do as well? Is it when you're on those long drives?
Oh, my singing voice is crap, so I leave it for Charles. I leave it for Charles. Yeah.
But you still do the singing though.
Oh,
playing drums on the steering wheel.
Yeah. That's probably more like it. Yeah.
And Frank Black and the Catholics. Then let's talk a little bit about that period of Frank's or Charles's work. Are you a fan of that work as well?
Yeah, I am. So what's the Gold album? Not Honeycomb. is that self-titled? The Frank Black and the
Frog in the
Catholics. It's
Sand.
got
I'm not very good.
no. This one.
I'm not very good on the Catholics' work.
Yeah. I Need Peace is on that
Okay.
album.
Right.
666. There's a few others. So that was the first album I got, and yeah, really like I Need Peace.
Okay.
From that album. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So that would be your choice, would it, as a Catholic
yeah.
track?
Well, I haven't listened to many of the others, and I need to, but through, I think it was one of the Planet of Sound podcasts, I heard Western Star, so that's from Pistolero. So that's my favourite Catholic song.
Western Star.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. That's the second time that's been chosen as well. I forget who it was who chose it, but
it might have been Joe.
Yeah, I think you're right. Actually, I think you are right. Yeah. Yeah. So Western Star. Okay. That one goes down on your choices. So
yeah.
When the world gets back to normal and that, and I guess you're looking for the next time that the Pixies will be down in your part of the world.
Yeah, well, I mean, we had a hint in Australia when they cancelled, and that was straight after that Melbourne gig that I went to, that they were going to reschedule. So, well, they might. So we're forever hopeful, and if they do, I'd like to go back and see them again.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yep.
Brilliant. Okay. Well, it's been great talking to you. I won't keep you any longer because I know time is getting on there over in New Zealand, and you're probably getting some locals looking at you, thinking, "What the hell is he doing? Sat in his car talking to his phone."
Yeah. I'll take the prize for strangest location for an interview then.
Well, you've certainly beaten me for a car park video anyway, so I don't think I should be returning to those anytime soon because I can't top the last 35 minutes or so. So thank you very much for your time, Trenton. It's been great speaking to you. And
thank you, mate.
You'll probably know.
I believe you've got one more question, haven't you?
Have I got? Oh, you want to answer that question, do you?
Okay. Oh, yeah, why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to get it up so as I get the wording correct. Yeah, so this is from Joe Kirkham, and can I find it? I probably can't find it, but it goes something along the lines of, here we go, found it. Goes something along the lines of, you're having one of those awful dreams where suddenly you've been put on a stage naked in front of a huge crowd and they're all waiting for you to sing a song. Which Pixies song are you going to sing?
Those poor people. Rock music.
Rock music. Yep. Okay. Nice and short.
And sharp. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And get off stage as quickly as possible.
Yeah. They'll probably throw me off stage.
Brilliant. Thank you, mate. You've been a great sport. And
thanks very much for the interviews. They're a really great idea, mate. I've enjoyed them.
Well, thank you. Good. Well, I'm enjoying doing them as well because there's some great people in the group, which is really nice.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you've done a great job.
And if I ever do make it over to New Zealand, I'll look you up. So I tend to stop at Australia with Jordan being from Adelaide, but hopefully one day I'll get over there.
Yeah. Yep, for sure. No, be happy to have you.
Okay, mate. You get yourself off to bed. And,
will do.
Nice to speak to you.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. See you, mate. Catch ya.